What's going on, YouTube? It's CHIEFTEXX Films, your tour guide on the road to elevating your image. And on this channel, I highlight my wins and losses so you can capitalize off all of my wins and suffer none of my losses. If that's something you're interested in, make sure you click that subscribe button and click that notification bell so you're notified every time I upload a video. But anyway, today we talking about upgrades. Man, I came into a little bit of change, so I upgraded my whole system. I've been shooting videos for about 12 years now, probably a little bit more, but I decided with this little bit of change, I was gonna upgrade my equipment. Now, I could have easily went and got a Blackmagic Ursa or, you know, upgraded my camera, but it had just been that. I'd have upgraded my camera and that's it. So I decided to get everything else around my camera, and we'll focus on the camera later. But I needed lights, I needed C-stands, I needed stabilization, I needed a good monitor that I can view my footage on, and that's exactly what I got. So let's start off with the Ronin. Now, I got the Ronin probably before I got my little change in, so you know, this was the first purchase. And when I first got it, I was like, man, I don't know how I'm gonna use this. Maybe I should have got a one-handed gimbal, but I decided to stick with the Ronin. But the limitations is the same ones that everybody been talking about for years. Where I'm gonna put this thing down when it started to get heavy. So I bought a smallrig grip. Ronin has one. It's cool, but the smallrig one has mounting points everywhere that I can mount stuff to. So, and plus it was cheaper, so I decided to go with the smallrig's version of the Ronin grip, and I'm loving it so far. One of the other purchases I got was a C-stand, and I got mixed feelings on this one because I thought I was gonna be able to throw it in one of my little bags and take it with me wherever I go and have a sturdy light stand to put my stuff on. It's just a little bit too big and heavy, which is good. You know, I can, for bigger productions, I can bring it. I'm just gonna throw it in the trunk, and whenever I need to use it, I'll pull it out. But I'm a one-man band most of the time, so I like to buy stuff that, you know, I can carry to the room in 1 or 2 trips by myself, and I don't need a lot of help with. And the C-stand is way too heavy and way too bulky for me to do that. I've been using the lower light stands for the longest, and I love them. Which brings me to my next upgrade, which is the Aperture 120D. And the first time I used it, my C-stand didn't come in yet, so I used one of my low light stands. They're a little bit flimsy, but they, you know, they portable, like I said. So I used it and it worked fine. The light's not too heavy, so it fit perfectly. So that might be what I do. I might stick with the lower light stands. The only thing that I can't do, which I probably use the C-stands for, is the overhead stuff. I think I'm gonna start doing more of that. But the Aperture 120D is night and day for me, man. I got it on right now, and it's just lighting up the whole room. You know, I'm loving it. Like I said, all of the other lights I got was decent, but this right here was a good buy. Now it hit me for $600–700, but it was well worth it. That's one of the things that I've been missing my whole, you know, career, is good lighting. I started out with this. I got this 672 Aperture light first, and it was cool. But I noticed that when I'm using it, I had shadows going everywhere because of it's a panel, so it got little bitty LEDs, and the shadows wasn't working right. This Aperture 120D is a whole bunch of LEDs, but they're in a small area, and you know, y'all know about the 120D, but it's working perfect for me. And one of the things I always said, which is crazy, you know, people who don't have the money to get these things, I always say, you don't need that. Let me tell you, once I got it, it was a game changer, man. You know, like I said, I got this one, I got the 120D and the 672, and I probably seldomly will I be using the 672. If I had to get just one light, it'll be the 120D. So when I get a little bit more change, I might get a couple more of them, or maybe the 300D. But I used this light this past weekend when I was filming a web series down in Myrtle Beach, and man, you know, I got the GH4 is not good in low light, but I got a 1.7 50mm lens that I usually just make work with the lights that are there, you know, the practicals that are in the room. But man, I cut on a 120D and just pointed it at the ceiling, and it lit up the whole room. I didn't have to light each subject or worry about getting grain in my shot. You know, I could take my ISO down to about 400, you know, instead of having it all the way up to 800 because of the low light. And it worked out amazing. I can't wait. I cannot wait to play with this footage and see exactly what I'm working with. But the 120D just changed my whole life as far as filming goes. It's lightweight. The only downside is it's got 2 bricks on it. Like, it's cumbersome to set up. It comes in a nice carrying case, which I'll probably just keep in there, but it takes forever to set up for me. I bought some batteries, some V batteries with it. We'll see how those work. But yeah, the Aperture 120D, amazing. Now, the next thing I bought, which I'm very excited about, was the small HD focus monitor, which I'm looking at myself right now on, and it looks amazing. It brought out stuff in my footage that I never noticed before. You know, I could frame up my shots better and really see what I'm looking at, you know, see what's in focus, what's not in focus. And being that it has that extra cold shoe on the side, I can mount my mic up to it. So I don't have to have the big cage, the big rig that I had before. I can just put the monitor on top of my camera, and I got a mount for whatever audio I'm running, whether it's a shotgun microphone or these lavaliers that I got on there right now. So it's amazing. I love it. I love it. Those are my 2 things whenever I'm building my rig. I wanted to have a monitor, but also have room enough for another cold shoe to mount the audio solution in. So they hit the nail on the head with this one, with the small HD. So I'm in love with it, man. And plus, I didn't upgrade my camera, so I still had the GH4. And one of the big selling points for me, which almost made me get the GH5, was being able to put LUTs on there and shooting vlogs. So with the small HD, I can do that. I ain't figured out how to do it yet, but I will. That's one of the main reasons why I didn't upgrade my camera, because of that feature. Moving on, another purchase that I got, the Manfroto Be Free. I bought that because I travel a lot. So when I'm traveling, I got my backpack, I got my carry-on. I don't like to check no bags at all because I want everything with me. So I got my bag, my carry-on, but the only thing that didn't fit was my tripod, and I had a very heavy tripod that I would carry in through the airport. You know, you late for a flight, you running through the airport with 2 bags and a tripod. The thing was heavy. So I got the Manfroto Be Free, and I should be able to fold it up and put it inside my carry-on. That was one reason for it, but the second reason was that it's lighter. It's a lot lighter. I can just put my camera on that and take it everywhere I go. I really don't like to use handheld footage anymore because this 50mm 1.7 that I have doesn't have image stabilization, and I've been noticing a lot of shakiness in my footage, which is another reason why I got the Ronin. I don't want the little micro jitters in my shot. So I can take the Be Free with me everywhere I go, and it's not cumbersome. It's lightweight, and it does what I need it to do. It's a fluid head on the top, so it's amazing. I think that's it. I think that's all of the upgrades that I got. So you should be seeing more YouTube videos from me, and you know, some behind the scenes stuff. I'm definitely gonna start doing stuff for the IGTV stuff, so y'all stay tuned for that. I might start doing all of my YouTube videos vertically, just so I don't have to shoot 2 different videos. I don't know. That's probably being too lazy, but I don't know about that yet. But I'm definitely interested in the IG platform. What do you guys think? Are you guys interested in the IG platform at all? Are you gonna watch it at all? It's kind of confusing right now. Navigating the IGTV app is kind of confusing, so I don't know. Are people gonna go to that versus your IG stories? I don't know. We'll figure it out in the future, but until then, make sure you subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and look out for this merch that I got coming out, man. I got some more merch coming out, and it's at CHIEFTEXXstore.com. You know, any little bit of support helps. You know, I'm just a one-man band trying to make it just like everybody else, so any little bit of support helps. Any merch that you buy helps out the channel. Signing off, CHIEFTEXX Films. Catch you in the next one.